The tech trade losing a little bit of steam, and big tech's performance starting to split as well. NVIDIA adding to yesterday's gains. It's back above $3 trillion in market cap as we speak. There's the 2% move today. Meta's also higher, as we just told you, on the heels of its Connect conference. Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, all down today. Joining me now to help navigate the tech story with earnings just weeks away now, the Dean of Valuations, Aswath Damodaran, NYU's Stern School of Business. Good to see you again. Welcome back.
Hi, Scott. Glad to be back.
When you look at the multiples of the Mag 7, what do you see today?
I see the fact that these are the companies everybody wants to flock to. But in the last few months, we've had reminders with each of these companies about their weakest links. With NVIDIA, it was around the earnings announcement, which is you saw how high expectations have been set. And what looked like a good earnings report turned out to be a disappointment. With Apple, we've lived from upgrade to upgrade now, 16 upgrades. And I don't know why we're surprised. One upgrade measures up to expectation, the next one doesn't. With Google, we're still waiting for the next big business. They still make so much of their money from the search box. So much as these companies have been winners, they also have weak spots. And I think in the last few months, you see those weak spots sometimes highlighted, which explains why on any given day, two of them are up and two of them are down. It's the nature of the beast.
But are you suggesting that, let's talk specifically NVIDIA, Apple, Alphabet, are you saying they're overvalued currently?
I think that, rather than overvalued or undervalued, let's talk about investing odds. If investing is a game of odds, with NVIDIA, the odds are against you because of how high a price you're paying. With Apple, the odds might be even odds. With Alphabet and Meta, I think the odds are still with you because to the extent that these companies can pull off something outside their core businesses, you're going to get the bonus from that. So rather than think undervalued or overvalued, I think in terms of investing odds. And in terms of investing odds, I think the worst odds are with NVIDIA. The best odds might be with the companies that have, at that moment at least, are the companies that are not in the favored group.
That's really interesting that you suggest the worst odds are with NVIDIA, just given what we've heard even...
As an investor, as a trader, I reverse the whole thing because it's all about momentum. It's got nothing to do with fundamentals. It's got nothing to do with, what the business looks like. NVIDIA is the perfect momentum play in either direction. If you're a trader, I can see why NVIDIA is going to be where you're going. But as an investor, I think the worst odds are with NVIDIA.
Well, but I want to address it as an investment to make because at 34 times it's cheaper than it has been for certain. Secondly, we've heard from Jensen Huang recently, within even the last couple of weeks about the great demand that the company continues to see. They have, by all accounts, what many would suggest to be not just a first mover advantage, but in fact a moat because of their installed base, much like we talk about Apple having. So how does that all factor in, though?
Let me concede all of those. It's an amazing company going after a big market that it's going to dominate because it has immense moats. But that would mean that you would need $1 trillion in revenues and 70% margins to be delivered 10 years from now. Reverse engineering from the $3 trillion market cap. So even if you took every word that Jensen Huang takes as the truth and you build it in, I still have a tough time getting to $3 trillion. This is a company that, if you look at the current numbers, has to have immense growth and maintain 70% operating margins to deliver what you paid already upfront as a price. That's what I mean about investing odds being, against you. You price this company to be the most amazing company of all time. Where's the upside left? If it's just amazing rather than the most amazing company, that's a disappointment. So I think this is something you're going to see the back and forth on in terms of expectations, but the expectations at some point have to get reset so the company can actually deliver on those numbers.
Did you sell any of your own shares?
I sold half, and to the extent that I did it, a year ago. It might be due for another half to be sold at some point in time. But the last time I valued it was right after the earnings report. So least overvalued it looked since the AI boom started. So in a sense, if I were going to sell it 3 months ago, 4 months ago, when it hit 136, it would have been the time to do it. So I'm watching the price, and if it triggers enough of an overvaluation, then perhaps it's time to get rid of another half of whatever half I've left. So that's something I'm open to doing.
Okay, interesting.